Today we will review highlights from Chapter 3, Managing the Communication Process. Analyzing, composing, evaluating. This lecture will supplement the required reading in the text. ACE is a flexible communication process that can be applied to any message, from a simple email to a complex report. ACE applies to both written and oral communication contexts. This section describes 4 important elements you should analyze before you start to compose: purpose, audience, content, and medium. Analyzing each element serves a distinct purpose. Before thinking about what you are communicating, analyze why you are communicating. Every business message has at least one purpose. Some examples of these might be to inform a client about a problem, to persuade a supervisor to implement a new program, to request permission to extend a deadline, to report financial information, to propose a solution to a problem. What is the difference between purpose and outcome? Why is it useful to think about both things? Messages often have both primary and secondary audiences. To be persuasive, it is important to analyze audience benefits. Unfortunately, people who are trying to persuade others often make the mistake of emphasizing their own benefits. Focusing on the benefits to you is easy. The challenge is to identify audience-focused benefits and then select the ones that will be most effective. Figure 3.7 in the textbook lists many common methods of communication and identifies the advantages and disadvantages of each. What are some of the criteria you use to decide when to use various mediums? For example, send an email, write a text message, have a face-to-face conversation, or publish your message through a social media site. What are possible negative outcomes if you do not consider the audience when deciding which medium to use to convey your message? As you analyze, you may uncover information or points of view that conflict with your position. Some people believe it's wiser to ignore information or opinions that conflict with their position. What are the reasons why people often choose to omit conflicting points of view or evidence that does not support their position? Why might it be considered unethical to omit facts or evidence that does not support their position? What advantage does a communicator gain by addressing conflicting opinions or evidence that seems to undermine their position? This section helps you think through some key elements of the composing process: deciding where and when to compose, organizing the message, drafting the message, designing a professional format and delivery. Even a simple and well-planned message benefits from at least 2 drafts. The first draft allows you to get your thoughts on paper. The second draft allows you to refine your thoughts and pay more attention to evaluating the language and grammar. More complex messages may require more drafts to make the message complete, clear, and persuasive. Evaluation may occur at different points for written and oral communication. Written communication allows you to evaluate before delivering your message. Most experienced business writers know that a first draft is rarely good enough. Oral communication allows you to evaluate while you are delivering the message based on immediate feedback you receive. This section describes 4 ways to evaluate your communication: revising the content, editing the style and tone, proofreading for errors, and using feedback to improve your future communication. In summary, ACE process will help you communicate more effectively. ACE is applied to a range of messages through the rest of the book. Each time you use ACE, you will become better equipped to analyze, compose, and evaluate. Please check your learning module next for assignments and additional activities.